Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Vanessa. This is Nessa CX Beauty, and today we're going to be swatching, reviewing the brand new Elf X Chipotle Eyeshadow Palette. This is the component. When you open her up, these are the shades. She retails for $16. Now, I did get 15% off on this using the app Student Beans. Student Beans is an app for students. You get like different percentages off of different retailers, and Elf is one of them. So if you are a student in college, sign yourself up. And this is not sponsored at all. They don't know who I am. I just use Student Beans because I have a .edu email, so I use it to my advantage, you know? But prior to getting started with that, I wanted to explain myself a little bit. So if y'all want to see the swatches and review, I have chapters up in here. You can skip forward and look at that. But if you want to know where I've been, sit tight for a little bit longer. I haven't posted in a month, and I've just been going through like a lot in terms of, you know, I just purchased my own property. There's a lot of construction getting done. I'm on a low buy. I'm trying not to spend as much money, saving and all of that jazz. So I took a bit of a YouTube and Instagram break, and in hindsight, like, I should have let people know, because I was getting messages like, are you alive? Are you okay? Are you sick? Are you in good health? And the answer is yes. And I appreciate y'all who have, you know, messaged me asking me if I was okay. I'm okay, I'm alive, and I'm so happy that y'all care for me enough to ask me where the hell I've been. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm doing great, and soon we'll have a different background, so I'm excited for that, and I hope y'all are too. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this palette. 16 bucks. Student Bean saves you 15%, not sponsored. We're gonna get into the swatches right quick, but the first thing that I'm gonna say is when I got this palette, it came in a box, a huge box, and it had no packaging. Like, I thought this palette was for sure gonna be damaged, broken, ruined, but it wasn't. It did have this sleeve, but there was no cardboard box. And something I do hate already is that all of the eyeshadow names are on this sleeve that I'm probably gonna throw away. There are no eyeshadow names on this palette, so bear with me. Now we're gonna get into the swatches. Lettuce. That was a little bit patchy, not gonna lie. Guac. Corn salsa. Mild salsa. Pinto beans. Black beans. White rice. Brown rice. Green salsa. Hot salsa. Sofritas. And last but not least, fajita. Oh, that one caught me off guard. That one's pretty. These are all 12 shades swatched out. The last one, fajita, definitely looks like a duochrome taupe into a little purple. I did not expect that at all. And the swatches are gorgeous. The shimmers are calling my name. And the only patchy one is definitely the green matte, so I definitely want to use that in my look to see how it performs on the eye. But the color story is gorgeous, and now we're just gonna go on to the eye look. We're gonna start off with the shade Lettuce, and I'm using this Amazon fluffy brush that came in a set, and we're putting this all over the crease and blowing it out. This brush has slowly been becoming one of my favorites due to the way that it's angled off. However, this shade was not as vibrant or opaque as I thought it would be. It took a lot to build it up, y'all, a lot. And I forgot to mention this, but I did prime my eyes with the Ordinary concealer. I hated it as a concealer, but I love it as an eye primer. I'll have my review up in the cards, but y'all, this green took a lot of time to build up. Now, next up, we're going to go into Black Beans with my Morphe M507. And we're just going to put this all over the outer V, providing some depth. I had the same exact issue with this shade. I thought it was going to be super deep, but it wasn't as deep as I thought it would be. And I had to build it up a good amount. So far, the two mattes, I don't know. And now we're just going to cut the crease with my Ordinary Concealer in shade 2.0 and my Olimar packing brush. And we just gonna cut that crease. Y'all know how this goes. I don't even breathe when I do this. Period. And now we're gonna head into Guac with my Anastasia brush that comes with all of their eyeshadow palettes. And we're gonna pack this on the outer half of the lid, y'all. This shade did not disappoint. It is a stunning and vibrant, beautiful, shiny green. For the inner half of the lid, we're gonna head into Corn Salsa with the same brush. And y'all, this one was even shinier than the green one. I think this was my favorite shade that I used today. It is beautiful. And now we're just gonna flip this eyeshadow brush over into the fluffy side, head into Black Beans, and attempt to put a little bit more depth in this look. And we did not succeed in that. But this is how we're looking. I'ma go finish my face and I'll be right back. So we are back and the face is complete. This is the finished eye look using the Chipotle x Elf eyeshadow palette. For the lower lash line, I did take a bit of lettuce and I blew that all the way through my lower lash line. And then I took some of Black Beans and I put that on the outer corners of the lower lash line. And Black Bean, again, didn't provide so much depth. And we're just going to talk about that because I have a little bit of a wavering feeling about this eyeshadow palette. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. And I don't know if I'd 100% recommend it to somebody based on preferences. So, the first negative is that none of the eyeshadow names are on this eyeshadow palette. And they're all on this sleeve that a lot of people will probably just throw away. The second thing are the mattes. They need to be built up a lot. I was super excited for the green, but sadly it wasn't as vibrant and it took a ton of time to build up to something that looks like this. And I thought it was gonna be even more green than that based on, you know, like the promotional photos. And then Black Beans. I thought that that shade was gonna provide a ton of depth, but it ended up not providing as much depth as I thought it would to the eye look. I thought that that shade was gonna be way darker, but it comes off on the lighter spectrum, and I don't know how I feel about that, given that it's the darkest shade in this eyeshadow palette. I don't know. I'm really picky about the shades that are the darkest because I know that those are the shades that are supposed to be like on the outer corners and providing that depth to the look, and this just didn't do that completely for me. But what I will say that blew me away, took me away to a different world, are these shimmers. Elf shimmers, I've been growing to love them. One of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from Elf is their mini quad jalapeno, and these shimmers reminded me of these shimmers. So I used these two shades today and they are beautiful on the eyes. They literally are gorgeous with a dry brush. You do not need to wet your brush. And then there are the two kind of multi-chrome shades up in here, and that kind of took me by surprise. I kind of wish that I used one of them. This one's just speaking to me heavily because it's a taupe and then it's a purple as well. So that's pretty cool for me and something that I haven't seen Elf do. So I'm happy that they did this for this palette. So do I regret buying this palette? No. Do I fully recommend it? Also no. If you're into the shimmers from this palette, I would definitely recommend it. But if you're into it for the mattes, like I was so excited for that matte green, then you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. And that's my 2 cents on this eyeshadow palette. I don't love it, but I like it. And that's all I gotta say. Have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.